Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. You clicked on to long-range weather forecast discussion from March 17th to the 31st. First, we're going to talk about this storm system here. Here's our latest surface map, in-house software that we use. And this is the low now that'll be moving eastward. And we'll look at that at the surface. All right. If we can get there. All right. All right, so I'm going to back it up here a little bit to 8 p.m. tonight. So here's the system here. Here's the front. And then it moves eastward in time. Then it lifts northeastward. And then we have a secondary low that forms right here in the Ohio-Tennessee Valley. And that adds more lift and instability with this front here, and this will cause heavy rain and thunderstorms. Now we'll take a look at the at several parameters. This is the supercell parameters, and they'll be down here in this region. We'll back it up a little bit. All right, and we'll go to 8 p.m. tonight, and this is where most of the energy is with this storm system. And we'll go forward into time. And then it kind of wanes and it moves to the southeast. Now we're going to look at the helicity, the amount of energy in the atmosphere right here. This is where most of the energy is. And currently, we'll go to the radar, and we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Lynn, Miami, Betas, and Cass counties. Okay, so take cover if you're in these storms and be on the lookout for more significant weather like tornadoes and so forth. But this is the only one we have so far going on. It's just starting to get into the afternoon out here. So, all right. So we're going to get to this. And now we're going to look at the totals. All right. And, all right, let me get my chart here. All right, and we'll go look at the totals. And we have some orange here. Whoops. Let me go back. Okay, we have some orange here in the upper Mississippi Valley. And that will be, what, about 60? Okay, 56 or more heavy thunderstorms with tornadoes likely. And then we'll look at the yellow here, 58, 56 heavy thunderstorms with tornadoes likely. Then we're going to look at the darker green, 55. Okay, usually heavy thunderstorms with tornado possible. And then we'll go into the green, the lighter greens. Okay, we'll say we'll go into the blues, let's say, because a lot of them are not much difference. So we'll go down to the lighter blues up around this area here. And, okay, that's spotty, unusually light thunderstorms. And 46 is spotty, unusually moderate thunderstorms. So it starts losing its energy. But as a secondary load develops, that'll really crank things up here, especially across the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. So you can see here, we don't have much. It's a Sunday morning. Then we go into Sunday evening, and we just have the blue here. So we're not, maybe they won't be as severe as they are out in the West, but there could be still a thunderstorm. All right. Okay. All right, now we're going to get to the forecast. I was looking to see if there's anything else I wanted to cover, but it doesn't look like there is. So we're going to look at the period for March 17th to the 21st. And what we have here is a trough will exit the east, and another one moves in across the nation, this one right here. So we go to the 17th, You see the one trough lifts out by a ridge. Then we have this other trough right here that moves across. This ridge builds in to the west, ridging here. And then as we get to later in the period, we have the trough that moves into the eastern states. So the flow will remain active and progressive, and the system will exit the East Coast on Monday. We'll go to the surface. Go back to Monday. There's a storm system exiting. And then we'll have terrain enhanced rain and high elevation snow are forecast spread across the west through the interior west on Monday and Tuesday as a trough moves inland. So we'll look at the snowfall amounts for this region. And we'll look at the GFS Monday and Tuesday. We see we have, 16 inches. Here, parts of Idaho, this is terrain enhanced, 11 inches. 14 inches parts of Oregon. And then we'll go into Tuesday. This is in 24-hour periods. Then we have lesser amounts. But heavy snow will be falling here across the Sierras. On Monday and Tuesday, cyclogenesis will occur on the plains Tuesday. We'll go back to the surface. And here's our next storm system. And then that will cause rain and wind from the Midwest to the Great Lakes Thursday, combined with a secondary cold front and enhanced upslope and back around snows from the Central Plains to the upper Midwest. Right here. Whoops. Right here. All right. Thursday. And then a trailing cold front will cause showers and thunderstorms across the east. Could be a little snow according to GFS, but I doubt that. We'll see. Okay. We're going to look now at the period for March 22nd to the 26th. And what we have here is a ridge, trough ridge configuration. And then as we go to the 26th, the pattern starts to flatten out a little bit. So for this forecast period, I am calling for, where are my maps? Okay, right here. I'm calling for above normal temperatures in much of this region here. And I'm calling for anomalies to be up to 6 degrees above normal, at least, across this area here. And for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here. Probability of occurrence is about up to 45%. Below normal precipitation here and along the East Coast, probability of occurrence is 35%. Okay, we're going to look at the period for March 27th to 31st. We go to the end of the month. And then what we see is mostly a trough ridge configuration. And we have our ridge here. Whoops. Jumping around a little bit. Let me get my bearings straight. Okay, as we go to the 31st, what we have here is a ridge, trough ridge configuration near zone of flow. We look at the other models. We look at the GFS. That's what that has, a ridge, a trough ridge configuration. But the other models, generally a trough ridge, trough configuration here. So for this forecast period, I am calling for, go back to the maps, calling for below normal temperatures here with anomalies of 4 to 6 degrees. Below normal, above normal temperatures here with anomalies near 8 degrees above normal, mainly across the southeast. And for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation for the northwest. For this area here, probability of occurrence 45%. Below normal precipitation here and along the East Coast, probability of occurrence is 35%. We'll take a quick look at the radar again and see if anything is popping. Nope, still the same thing. I'll be broadcasting later on YouTube Live around 7:30. That's it for now. That's the long range weather forecast discussion for March 17th to 31st, and have a good day.